What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm D.Knight, and let's get back on track.
Cause it's game time and I'm ready. Game time and I'm ready. Yeah, it's game time and I'm ready. Game time and I'm ready. Can't stop my hustle. No, you can't stop my shine. I ain't come to make no friends. I just came to get what's mine.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Miami Dolphins franchise rebuild in Madden 20. So last episode, we actually ended up going 1-2. We beat the Bills, but then lost to the Patriots and the Colts. We do have some more AFC South teams on the schedule, as we have the Titans, the Jags, and then we have the number one team in the AFC East, the Jets. I do think we are going to showcase the Week 9 game against the Jaguars, since it's Kenyon Drake's revenge game, and we all saw what happened when Rosen came back to Miami. He beat us barely, but our offense still kind of struggling a little bit. Our defense is actually the one that I'm a little bit more worried about. They're giving up a lot of yards. We just need to be able to shut teams down just a little bit more. It's where all of our superstars are on defense. Trevor Lawrence has kind of gotten the offense going the right way. But the first thing that we need to do is we need to get through Week 8 here, which we are playing the 2-3-1 Tennessee Titans at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee. Let's see if we get a win. And we squeak out a victory in Tennessee, 13-10. Our offense actually wasn't too bad, 327 total yards. But again, it was the turnovers. But this time we actually won with having more turnovers than the other team. So maybe we're starting to learn how to win when we don't play mistake-free games. Hopefully. Who knows? Lawrence finished with 270 yards, 2 interceptions, no touchdowns. Not exactly sure what's happening with him. Whitlow, 71 yards. Ragas had our only touchdown. Parker had 95 yards. McMillan was the star, 15 tackles, a sack, and a pick. Mariota countered with 236 yards, a touchdown, and 2 picks. Deion Lewis had 77 yards on the ground, but our defense did his job. Shut them down. We win, 13-10. So moving on to Week 9, we do have a breakout chance for Jatarvius Whitlow. We don't know his development, but the breakout chances for a superstar, so he's probably a star. He kind of gave it away, Madden. It is what it is. But we did figure out that McKinney is a star dev and Penei Sewell is actually a superstar tackle. So the draft just gets better and better. But we're going to see what Whitlow does this week, because I believe Anthony McFarland Jr. can come back next week. And this is really going to kind of test it out, because McFarland has looked better even though he got hurt immediately. But what we need to do is get into the game against the Jacksonville Jaguars and Kenyon Drake coming back to Hard Rock Stadium. See if Whitlow can outplay him or not, or if we made a huge mistake in trading Kenyon Drake for a center that's a backup currently. But let's jump into the game against the 2-5 Jags. Enjoy.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Miami Dolphins. With that, let's get down to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Standing by for the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thanks. Located appropriately for his career win total at 347 Don Shula Drive. There's a look at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami, Florida. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Miami Dolphins. Hi, everyone. Brandon Godden, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, things haven't gone exactly according to plan to this point, but boy, you and I down there with them before the game, they were fired up.
And they understand how important this game is. Win this one, they can start to think about a turnaround.
So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They'll be led onto the field by their 6'6" quarterback, the former Arizona Wildcat, Nick Foles.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule. A good run there to start the drive. 13 yards, first down. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down at the 38. They'll run with Drake, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
He's crazy. He's chasing.
On 2nd and 11 now. Foles. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. They'll look to throw here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. 15 following that sack. Running for the shotgun with Drake. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. It's a gain of 4, but they're still looking up here at a tough 3rd and 11. And the offensive unit now for the Jaguars.
And the play of this offensive line is going to be so important in this game because we saw the sack a minute or so ago. They've got to be able to give their guy time to throw. That means communication and being physical is vital. Otherwise, this could be a long game.
Oliver, the tight end, making the catch.
Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On first down, Drake. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Drake. He can't bring him down. Now Drake loses the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. They're going to look to throw. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
Because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people.
And that ball is caught by D.J. Chark for the Jags touchdown. D.J. Chark, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus.
So here are the Dolphins now getting set for their initial possession. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that told me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Time to feature the offensive starters, and our first chance to get a look at Parker.
Devontae Parker came out of Louisville with a guy who is known as a mature receiver. Runs routes really well, but the best part of his game, he'll jump over you at the end of a route and go get the football.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. And they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Lawrence. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. He was looking for Parker that time. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Looking to throw again on second down. Foles. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 20. First and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. They'll look to throw here. And he hits Drake. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll bring up second down. Look at the starters defensively for the Dolphins. They were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you can tell by this team, all right? Anytime you can tell your offense, hey, just get us a couple touchdowns. We've got this thing locked down. That's when you know you're playing well and you're carrying your team along.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. 2nd and 5. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw here. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Lately, now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and have a script to start the ball game. And typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early. Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Lawrence. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Miles Jack with a sack. It's 2nd and 18. Looking to throw. Lawrence. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd and long. Lawrence. And the throw there going to be incomplete. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch play. 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Drake. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Open man is Westbrook, complete. Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. Passes hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Completes it to Lee. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. On play action, they'll throw. Throw left side complete. That's Lee. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Counter play, Drake. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. They run with Harris. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The Jaguars on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And that'll set them back 5. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. He'll drop to throw. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Oliver. And he'll get nothing out of that field goal. From the left hash, this from 37. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
Right there, the fake worked out perfectly. The holder took the ball and found his man. A perfect fake field goal. Love it. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him a yard.
Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Got a man, it's complete. Williams. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. On first down, Lawrence. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Lawrence. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Undercrush, fire.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will force his way forward for a yard or 2, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Back to throw. Lawrence. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And they will rally and stop him short of the first hash. It's a 43-yard attempt. And this one is right through. Nick Foles gearing up again here to go on offense. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Foles. This one caught over the middle. It's Oliver, the tight end. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Now whistles here And I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Let's go!
Mike 51.
Here we go, let's bring it! Let's go, let's bring it! Let's bring it!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. First half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Running, it's Drake. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Here we go.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
I got it. Here we go.
On the give, this is Drake. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Foles. And that will be incomplete. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner.
One. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. On 1st and 10, Lawrence. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's only had a couple of carries. I mean, when you've got a horse like this, second quarter, got to start to ride that horse a little more, don't you?
You can't just neglect him. He's got to touch it, and often, in order to get maximum out of him. Typically, these types of backs, it's the accumulation of carries. He keeps hitting the calculator, but my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game,
and he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. Looking to throw. That one complete. He finds Shark. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Now Foles. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. The open man is Westbrook. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Zerline's kick is up and through. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one, as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis, and it's the Patriots leading that one in the second quarter. Kirk Cousins has fired 3 touchdown passes. From there, we head to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home at U.S. Bank Stadium. And they trail the visiting Lions in that one. Matthew Stafford's thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And it was the visiting Carolina Panthers who were victorious in that one. 17-3, the final score. In the game you're watching, it's the former Super Bowl MVP, Nick Foles, with a strong first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon
Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That one on Kyle Long, of course, the son of Hall of Famer Howie Long. Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. Looking to throw. Lawrence. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. On that quick throw, what do you think? Possibly something they saw at the line to go there?
Possibly.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go.
They run the counter. Drake. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. To go.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got to jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Here's Foles. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. D.D. Westbrook with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early. By that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devontae Parker, 79 yards. And the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays. but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback.
Gearing up for their next possession, Nick Foles and the Jags. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. Now a handoff for Drake.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
It's our time.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. And he'll get this down close to a first down at about the Dolphins' 42. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar and some discomfort down there on the field. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Check 13. Check.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
I can't believe they let you play.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. On 2nd and 9, Foles looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lee. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Safety's creeping.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns, but the bottom line is...
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Down with that run.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Let's get in there. Wide. Get it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met behind the line of scrimmage and taken down. And a penalty flag is going to come out on top of it. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Mike's 50. Watch the slant.
From the gun, Lawrence. It's hauled in by Hardy. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Mike 50. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming.
To throw on 2nd down, Lawrence. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. Off the play fake, Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. From the 22, Foles. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now. They're looking for a spark defensively. When he went for that ball, probably thought he had a chance at the pick. And remember, they had 2 last week in the win. Obviously losing here.
Check curls, check curls, check curls, check.
A quick throw finding Lee out wide. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Miami. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47. They'll look to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On second down, this is Harris. 7 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. He gets it complete to Harris.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down. Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lawrence.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game film from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind
First and 10.
Home,
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And this is caught. It's Parker. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with a band.
50%, 4 for 9. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Lawrence. This is brought in by Hardy. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6.
Get it.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. 2nd and goal, back even further. 2nd and long. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And his kick here is good. Here comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game. Careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bifema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sack. On third down, here's Harris. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line.
Seeing how someone can rebound from a slow start or a tough start means that they're strong mentally. They've kind of calmed themselves down. Everyone's rallied around them. Maybe they even change game planning a little bit in order to make things better for them.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. 2nd and 6. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. To throw on third down, Lawrence. He's going to air one out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Check.
Now a first down carry for Harris. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook, and it's third down. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. A give to Harris. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And out come the Dolphins now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. So that'll back them up 5. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Back to throw. Lawrence firing quickly here, and that's complete. It's an 8-yard pickup, and all of a sudden here, it's third down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Push him back.
From the gun, Lawrence. He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Lawrence looking end zone, but it's incomplete. And his kick is right there. It's good.
Gotta do better.
They'll start the drive with Harris. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Come on. You better bring it.
Now here's another carry for Harris. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Jags, a loss would have really hurt. As it stands, they finished the first half at 3-5. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
And the curse at Hard Rock Stadium continues as we get blown out by the now 3-win Jaguars, 41-16. Our defense was absolutely shredded. Foles dimed us up in the tune of 347 yards and 2 touchdowns. Drake had a great day. He did go down with the injury, so we'll do a little update. But he had 73 yards on the ground. Najee Harris had 2 touchdowns on the ground. Josh Oliver was the leading receiver for the Jags with 93 yards and a touchdown. Ramsey had the 2 picks of Trevor Lawrence, who only threw for 214. He finally looked like a rookie. Not exactly sure. It kind of seems like he's regressing already. Whitlow added 42 yards, but he didn't really have a lot of opportunities. Parker did have that long touchdown with 112 yards and a touchdown. Turnovers killed us again. 3 of them. 3 of them. It's starting to get a little bit shady, but it's really our defense that's kind of letting us down. We need a lot more from them. But again, when you only have 257 yards of total offense, it's not going to work out. So good news for the Jaguars, as Kenyon Drake is not on their IR, so he should be back for their current week game. And then for us, we have some good news for us as well. We actually don't have one player. That means Anthony McFarland has made his way back onto the team in a starting role. But now we have the dreaded home game against the first place Jets, which are tied with the Patriots right now, as the Patriots dynasty maybe made a comeback with Kirk Cousins. Who knows? But we are currently tied in the 3rd spot at 4-4 with the Bills. So the AFC East is very, very tight. Let's see if we can get a win at home. And we put the curse on hold as we end up beating the first place Jets 22-10. We actually played a clean game, which made all the difference, and our defense showed up. That's right, just 4 rushing yards with Le'Veon Bell, who actually had 0. But again, our defense did what it needed to do. Lawrence did what he needed to do, 254 yards and a touchdown. McFarland, coming back from injury, had 62 yards. There was really no rushing room for anybody, but he did get his first career touchdown. Devontae Parker, 138 yards for my man. And Christian Wilkins, 3.5 sacks today. That a boy. That's what I'm talking about. We did hold Rivers to 304 yards and a touchdown. No picks, and again, 304 yards. We had a lot of sacks on him today. And then Herndon added 127 yards and a touchdown. So we finished up 2-1 for the episode, which is pretty good, but that blowout loss to the Jaguars still stings a little bit, because maybe they're going to make a run, but they weren't really that great of a team. But let's take a look at the upgrades and our updated draft board. Starting the upgrades here with Captain Free Safety Minkah Fitzpatrick. We are going to spend it into hybrid. Going to get him to an 87 overall. His tackle's really what we need, and we got +2. Superstar backup defensive tackle Lorenzo Neal. We're going to go into speed rusher. I'm just trying to work on his finesse moves a little bit. Doesn't move up in overall, but +2 on finesse moves. Rookie starter Xavier McKinney, and we're going to go into hybrid here. Does boost him up to his 76 overall. I love the green. +2 on man coverage. He really needs to kind of help out in the coverage area. Starting left tackle Penei Sewell, we are going to go into agile, get him up to his 75 overall. He's looking real nice. Rookie Trey Smith, we're going to go into pass protector to him, actually gets him up to his 73 overall. That is perfect. Superstar slot wide receiver Adrian Hardy, we're going to go into route runner, actually does get him up to his 70 overall. He just needs to work on his medium route and his deep route. Ooh, he got an ability slot, nice. Third tight end Octavius Cooley, I absolutely love this guy. We're going to go into possession. Doesn't go up in overall, which is sad, but +3 on catching. This guy, all he does is catch touchdowns. Power back Trey Ragas, we're going to go into elusive back form. Doesn't move him up in overall, but he's getting closer and closer to the scheme fit and might end up getting a larger part in this offense. Backup defensive tackle Ray Lima, we're going to go into speed rusher. It does boost him up to his 67, but he needs some finesse moves. Ooh, +3 awareness, that's even better. Backup corner Jalen Thompson gets an upgrade. We're going into slot with him as well. Still can't push him past that 64 overall, but +2 on man coverage. So now it is time to take a look at the draft board. Looking for some depth, I think we actually ended up finding the deepest positions. So let's take a look at 3 guys that really intrigue me. Starting here with right tackle Ronell Mickens, 6'6", 316-pound junior out of Arizona State. Fits our archetype as agile, top skills, lead block, run block finesse, pass block finesse. His talent is early first round. He is projected early second round, so he is starting to slide up boards a little bit. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get him, but if we are able to get him, Palo's struggles might be replaced. And another guy that is intriguing is left guard Jeremy Shade, 6'4", 321-pound junior out of Ole Miss. Again, fits our archetype as agile, top skills, run block finesse, run block, impact block. Projected late 4th round with late 1st round potential. He's given up 2 sacks so far at Ole Miss. He could be a very good depth piece. He could also possibly be a starter. We will have to see. And the final guy we're going to showcase here is right tackle Sidney Patrick, 6'7", 316-pound senior out of South Florida. His archetype's pass protector, which is kind of what we're looking for at that right tackle spot. Pass block finesse, pass block, lead block. Late 5th round projected, early 1st round talent. He's given up 2 sacks so far in the season. He looks awfully good. Again, he could be that piece that we were missing from Palo's struggles. We will have to see. But that's where we're going to wrap up this episode today, and then when we come back, we will get through week 11, 12, and 13. We have some intriguing options to show you guys. Week 12, the Texans are 5-3 currently, the Falcons 4-4, and the Raiders are 1-7, but the Raiders did end up beating us last year, and they kind of beat us pretty bad, so I kind of want to see how that works out with a 1-7 team. But again, let me know which game you want me to showcase, and we will showcase it for you. But thanks again for watching, and as always, stay frosty, and I'll see you in the next episode. D.Knight, out.
They thought it was a game till I came back with that win over time. I've been working, now I'm back at it again. Now we finished what you thought that was it.